mental illness. uh, a lot of mental illness. So I just walked through this big hill. A lot of mental illness are just a lot of deeply ingrained habits inside of your brain. Like you see with like a lot of people with mental illness, as soon as like, maybe like a woman or like a mother or something like that will piss them off, they'll or like something like that. And it's like, what you need. Ow, fuck, I did that a little too hard. But instead of like doing that, you need to take away from fucking up your head a little bit. So every single time that you do it, instead of like, hurting yourself, you'll do, and then once you create that habit, every single time that you get pissed off, you, and then you fucking get down, you got this fucking, every single time you're getting real pissed off. So you're like switching these habits. Because it's all like a lot of habits. And it becomes so ingrained in the body for these things that are called mental illness. That's like, people call it mental illness, which is not really mental illness. It's just like you need to just completely rewire your brain. Is a real good boy, Paul. Really? Thank you. I thought I was a good boy, and now I have confirmation from the man above. What I've been learning is that it's pretty good to, like, whenever you're upset or you're mad or you're confused, you're lost, it's really good to just think of God, to think of Him, of why are you here in the first place. And especially for me, it's very frustrating of sometimes I'm like, why do I have to be here? Why do I have to do this human experience? And like, even it's just like even back in middle school, when you're sitting there for freaking hours and hours and hours, and it's just boring out the goddamn brain, and it's just like, man, why the fuck do I have to do this shit? It's just like, sometimes for me, it just feels like that in general for life. And it's just, why am I here? And there's not really an answer to it right now for me. Because I can say, maybe it's YouTube. Maybe my thing is YouTube. Maybe I like doing YouTube videos. Maybe I'm going to become the greatest YouTuber of all time. And I want you to really hear what I said. I didn't say the greatest YouTuber of this generation. I didn't say the greatest YouTuber of right now. I said the greatest YouTuber of all time. Meaning that even the future YouTubers of the future will never even come close to being as great as me. Because I am Paul. Oh, here's some more things to help and fix your mental illness if you are suffering. And trust me, brother, it's not really good to, unfortunately, it's really not good to go to a doctor, because regardless, this is the sick part, regardless, if you are perfectly fine, if you are actually perfectly fine, they will find something to say and label you with, and then sell you medication, regardless if it's the most put together person, they'll find something to sell you long term. And to go to friends, to go to family members, they can't even freaking fix their goddamn selves. How are they supposed to fix you? But here are some tools. Reading. Now, it's so crazy. At least maybe this is just me and maybe some mental illness in my brain. But in my past, reading itself has gotten some kind of stigma in my brain of like almost like, oh, it's not going to do anything. Also, like another stigma of mental illness that's been put in my brain is that also working my stomach, working my abs won't help. Because like a lot of videos, they say, oh no, and we all know we just need to freaking lower the body fat percentage of the body to a point to where you can see the ass, but you still gotta work them out. Fuck ass. Like, you still have to work them out. And like, there's like stigma of this, but reading works the brain, and like it fixes it, and it fixes the neurons. And particularly non-fiction books that are going to give you something. The fictional books are fiction being like fake, but like, they can help you. Like, if that's your thing, go for it. It's still going to be good for you. But in particular, with the non-fiction books, like here's a very good book maybe for you to start with, but it's called Mastery by Robert Greene. Me personally, I do need to go back and reread it, which I will in my future, but that's a very good book to start with. The first book that I started with was called 0 to 1. That's what really got me started with my books. But I think it's a nice big book, but it's pretty damn engaging. It's like, what is this man saying? This is some good shit. Reading and running. Finding a nice safe place to where, like, like, especially like if you're like freaking like maybe like that or something, it's going to start to like stretch your body out so you're gonna be stretching out your brain, which is going to be able to think, and you're gonna have new thoughts inside of your head that, just like a freaking Rubik's Cube, it's going to start in a positive way, in a good, healthy way. It's going to start to massage and change your brain. And then also with your body, eventually you can start to, move that arm out and like to be able to, just stand up straight. And you never want to be normal, but like, be like in a more like normal to like, say if you were crippled, you can start to go to a more normal stature. And there's a third one. Oh, yes. Also, focusing on eating meat, like fish, like eggs, like beef. Another thing, a stigma of red meat. You can't fucking tell me, if you go and get some nice high quality red meat, you can eat it all day long. You can eat it for every single meal. You can eat it as much as you possibly want. And, people want you, if you're up here, they want to crush you. And that's what society is, okay? So, and like, I wish that I can come here with a freaking nice, freaking looking body and shit like that and tell you, but I'm telling you, in the next like 5 years, that's where I'm going. And I'm trying to sound like Andrew Tate here or something, but I'm trying to bring you guys along with me. And the thing is, at least with me, the difference between Andrew Tate and me is I'm fucking broke. No, the difference between me and Andrew Tate, I have nothing to sell you guys. Literally nothing. Maybe I can get back into the merch game, because at one point I did figure out how to do merch, but I mean, that would be pretty cool, like, if I do that. But that's like 10 years from now. I'm talking about, we gotta fix this dude. We gotta fix Paul. And it's just like, I find these golden gems, and I think that maybe that's a purpose in my life. I just give them away to help people who don't know where to go. Why would I do that? Because I truly know what it's like to be alone and to be hurt and with nobody trying to help you, because they want you like that, dude. They want you to keep you exactly where the fuck you are. But you gotta stand up to that and just start living your life. Anywho, that's it. I guess I'll see you guys in tomorrow's episode of 5 o'clock in the morning. Bye.